Okay, arcade project number 2. It's an interesting little experiment that I put together. It's not Dragon's Lair 2. That was a cabinet that I got out of the garbage. Some guy was throwing away. It didn't come with any of the cool Laserdisc stuff or anything, but basically my goal was to build a cabinet that had Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all the great games from the 90s all in one cabinet. My goal was to use that thing, which you may have seen before, switch between 6 games, and I got some other ROMs, and that's Ninja Turtles and some other stuff. I soon found out that this thing runs out of space real quick. So my first part of the project was to get Street Fighter working, which is right there. There's Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. So I got that working. I wired up the board and all of the buttons and stuff. So then I put in Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and its respective soundboards. It became a wired mess very, very quickly. One thing I did find out, these Mortal Kombat boards are very picky about their voltages. If it's not right, the board won't fire up or the soundboard won't work. So I managed to take this mess and get dedicated voltage lines, the -5, 5, and 12, to the Mortal Kombat board, so everybody was working, everybody was happy. But the one thing I learned is it's not easier to use a computer monitor with a VGA input. I thought I was saving myself time and hassle, and really I wasn't. I ended up using that thing, CGA to VGA converter. For the most part it works. With Street Fighter it's fine. The first board I got did not work with the Midway games. They have a different refresh rate. I think it's like 54 Hertz versus 60 Hertz or something, and it would just freeze. The game would play, you could hear it, but the video was all screwed up. So they sent me another board with some new software on it, and it worked, sort of. The issue with the Mortal Kombat boards, seemed like the resolution was a little bit different than Street Fighter, so you'd be missing, the bottom 1/10 of the screen. If you adjusted all the monitor settings so that Street Fighter looked okay, Mortal Kombat would be screwed up. So I've kind of given up on using this thing for the time being. Project number 3 will be this thing, and it will be Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got NBA Jam around here somewhere. But basically I used the power supply and everything that was in here from before. Did have to mock up, obviously, the control panel. I just set it up like Street Fighter, and some speakers, cut out the wood, just kind of mounted those in there. That's where the original speakers were for Dragon's Lair 2. Got the marquee on eBay, and everything seems to work fine. Set up free play. Kind of glary in here.
Round 1. Fight.
Everything works fine. Good sound. Everything's good. The one thing I haven't done yet, let's turn this thing off, is install a pot for the volume, because this thing gets loud. I'm going to set it up right here next to the old one. So it's more of an experiment on what not to do. Coin doors are just there for looks and lights. I haven't wired those up, but it's a fun little project. I learned these video boards do 80% of what you want them to do. So that's it. It's a mess. These Mortal Kombat boards I'm going to yank out of here at some point. I'd like to get a UMK3 cabinet and have everything in there. But that's